Hello, Commodore Ty here. As you guys may know, Continuum Trek is having some rough times right now, and he needs our help. So if you can, please go support him on his GoFundMe. Any little amount can help. The link is in the description, and just be there for Continuum Trek if you can. Now on to the review.
Incoming message from Commodore Ty.
Hello, this is your Commodore, Ty Coles, your commanding officer to the world of pop culture, especially the nerdy stuff. So, if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell, and smash the thumbs up button. And let's go through time and space to another review of The Time Tunnel. This is Season 1, Episode 3, End of the World. Dun dun dun! Last time we saw Tony and Doug, they were coming off the moon just minutes before death, and they fall into a mine. By the way, if you're interested in mines, why don't you watch my review on My Bloody Valentine? They're there, and there's a mine collapse, and they're trapped. Luckily, Tony and Doug both get out. While in the present day, in the control room of the time tunnel, they are having some problems trying to get a positive time lock on them. And they're seeing various different areas of the world. They're seeing Rome and Buenos Aires. And they then get to see this comet coming. And they realize it's Halley's Comet. And the last time Halley's Comet came by was 1910. So they isolate 1910.
Last approach was, let's see, 1910, late spring.
Check some file readings here.
Try the spatial control now.
Contact.
Back with the mines, there's over 200 miners trapped in the cave-in at the Emperor Mine. And Tony and Doug are trying to organize a rescue party to help these miners trapped. But all the townspeople are just completely frozen with fear because they believe the world's going to come to an end because Halley's Comet's going to crash into the Earth.
Mister, you're going to let 200 men die because of a mistake.
Nothing I can do about that. As far as those men down in the hole go, I expect they're already dead.
And that was predicted by a respected professor in the area, Dr. Ainsley. Tony and Doug then end up splitting up. Tony goes towards the towns to appeal to the townspeople to help get these miners out, while Doug goes to the doctor's place to convince him to retract his prediction.
Tony, I'm going to get Ainsley to retract his position.
Okay, try it. But I'll do it my way. After you've seen Ainsley, meet me back here. Hey, where are you going? Into town. We need men to help.
Tony gets back in the mine, but is helped by the sheriff, who's initially just wants to die because he feels like, oh, the world's coming to an end, what's the point? But the sheriff still helps him. And they find out that the cave-ins are caused by the mine office clerk that has suicidal thoughts.
Down and shore up these walls.
What's the difference? Just another cave-in among friends. Cut that out.
Doug finally convinces this the doctor that he is wrong by using a radiometer.
I told you. There's an object up there.
The star exerting its pull. At this point, the tail will appear to vanish as it starts to veer off. You're right. It's going to miss the Earth.
And they go out and they tell the public that, yeah, this is not going to happen. And the people finally believe it and they go help.
Our way. They're coming.
Just in that same point in the control room, they're worried about the comet because the comet's acting up on the time tunnel, which is kind of weird because you got some of them saying, oh, we're watching the past, but then they're also saying, but we're connected to the past.
Possibly something that happened in 1910 could touch us physically.
Jerry's right. The time tunnel does connect us with the comet.
For some reason, it affects the time tunnel.
I hate temporal mechanics.
So the force of the Halley's Comet affects the control room and nearly kills one of the scientists there. So, and this leads to them wondering if they should continue with the project because of all the variables that could end up killing them.
Say that it's time to re-examine the whole project.
Now, just what is that supposed to mean?
Just this. We're dealing with forces of cosmic proportions about which we know little to nothing.
The dangers, you mean? Ray, all experimentation has a certain amount of danger.
So they locate Tony and Doug again, but this time, just as they're trying to bring them back, they're separated in time, and Tony is brought back to the time complex 10 years before the present, so 1956. And he kind of loses his mind because he's like expecting them to remember him, but at that point during the time tunnel project, he wasn't a part of it, so they didn't recognize him. They kind of threw him for a loop.
Don't tell him who I am! Don't tell him who I am! Doug!
Just as he's running away and about to get shot, he's picked up again. He's reconnected with Doug, and we'll find out next week where they're dropped off. So, this is an interesting episode. The Empire mine collapse is not an actual event that happened in history, but it resembles one. The closest one I could find during my research of this was a mine collapse in 1907. And also that 1910 was a very deadly year for mine collapses. So maybe they just took the two and combined it into one. And I also like the addition of Halley's Comet and the panic that could happen to the public. So it's an interesting look into the human psyche. Overall, good episode. It just adds more to the problems with time travel from what we hear from the control room crew.
The time tunnel is not perfected. For example, it has only marginal control over Doug and Tony.
We've hardly reached a point where its operation is even 50% predictable.
That is it for this review. Hope you enjoy it. Remember, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. So for your Commodore Tycos, live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies closed.
Thank you for watching the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, watch one of my many other videos, and if you like what you see, you can support the channel by donating to my PayPal.
So for Commodore Ty, live long and prosper all, and for now, until next time, the hailing frequencies are closed.